This is the final part of my mini-series all about using cheaper cuts of meat. If you haven't seen it already, check out the first episode where I went to my local butcher shop and we explored cheaper cuts of meat that you could be using right now. I've got some lovely breast of lamb today. I'm going to stuff it, roll it up and cook it for a long amount of time so it's really tender. I think you'll love the flavour combos I've got going on with this one. Let's check it out. I've got myself a couple of lamb breasts. I literally picked these up from my butcher an hour ago. I would usually film early in the day, but I've got my dad visiting early evening, so I wanted to cook him something nice. This is a lamb's version of belly pork. You can see plenty of fat on here, which will help keep the meat moist. Like some of the other videos on YouTube, I'm going to roll it. I'm going to make it a bit more appropriate for this time of the year. The way I'm going to do this is lay the lamb breasts out, season them generously, and I'm going to spread on some mustard. Now you could use French mustard here as it's a bit milder. I've gone straight in with the English mustard, which is hotter. Having tasted this after the cooking time, the strong heat melts away, which is good to know. After you've brushed that on, some lovely fresh herbs can go on next. I've got a handful of fresh mint and fresh parsley, and I've got some lovely anchovy fillets, a classic pairing with lamb. Roughly chop these up and that can go on as well. Good idea to space them out evenly so they don't all clump together. Now I roll these little beauties up. Roll them tightly, but not too tightly. You can mess around with string if you want, but these elastic ties make your life so much easier. Again, recommendation from my butchers. Season the outside of these as well, and next get yourself a big pan on the go. Add in a bit of fat or oil and then sear on all sides. You want to get the colour there. Colour equals flavour. It takes a little bit of time, but once you've got all of the colour, you can take out of the pan and set aside. Whilst that has been happening, I've chopped up some onions, and now these can be added into the same pan. Move around and let these onions soak up some of that lovely lammy flavour. Season a bit and deglaze your pan. You could use some wine. I'm using Marsala, a beautiful fortified wine, to add another level of flavour. Add your lamb cuts back in, get them nestled in the pan, and add in some lamb stock. Bring that up to a simmer before you put into the oven and cook for 3 hours at 160 degrees. Easy. Take a rest and put your feet up. I cooked some roast potatoes to go with this, so halfway through I get those on the go. If you want to see me do this step by step, then check out my roast potato video. I will link this at the end so you can check that video out as well. Also, I've got some beautiful purple sprouting broccoli to cook. Delicious. After a rest, I can carve this lamb breast up. For the gravy, I've skimmed off all of the fat and reduced the liquid down a bit. Cook the broccoli so it's still got a bit of bite. Time to serve. This afternoon has been a lot of fun cooking this. This bit of meat is so succulent, it's so juicy. Some people would say, okay, the fat content's really high, but you know what? I think it's gonna really pack a punch in terms of flavour. I'm really hungry, I can't wait to dive in and have a taste. Wow, I could just not stop eating that. That was so delicious. I think the gravy and the onions really complement it well. I definitely wouldn't put any more salt in there, that's got enough salt. Those roast potatoes, you can't go wrong with roast potatoes, and the broccoli. All comes together very nicely. After I finish filming this video, I'm gonna really tuck into that with a nice glass or bottle of white wine. It's gonna be a great night ahead. Thank you ever so much for watching, fellow foodies. Really hope you enjoyed this one. Look forward to catching you in the next one.